Corey Swargas here for Slap News, and today we are doing a Future Watch with Chris Debow. We're going to bring him in here and we're going to interview him. We want you guys to know who the next up-and-coming slap fighters are in the game before anybody else. If you like this content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Chris, how you doing, my man?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing really good, thank you. Are you still riding high?
Yeah, man. Honestly, it's been really surreal. Even being back this past week, getting back to deliveries, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm just on pins and needles waiting for an email.
Awesome, my man. Let's bring it all the way back. How did you first get involved in Power Slap?
Probably just watching the highlights on YouTube and TikTok and stuff. And I've always wanted to get into combat sports, but being about 5'9" and really chubby, it was challenging to get a foothold. And then seeing something like this where you can stand there and trade blows, it's perfect. I feel like the sport was built for me.
Yeah, so did you apply through the website or how did it all come about?
Yeah, I applied directly through the website and I got an email back, I don't know, within a week or two.
That's really cool. So, like, where are you from and what is your background?
I'm from Texas in a really small town. And honestly, that just explains a lot of my background too. I just grew up not in a rough town or anything, but just poor, getting bullied a little bit. And I don't know. I've always been a fighter and I love everything about this sport.
Do you have any like combat, fight experience, any training in boxing, wrestling, Muay Thai,
Honestly,
anything whatsoever?
honestly, it's like 85% self-taught. I've taken some boxing, some judo, a little bit of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but it's mainly just years and years of sparring and getting into fights, reflexes and muscle memory.
Okay, so like, were you a street fighter in the schoolyard?
Not so much a street fighter, but like if anyone's trying to talk shit, I was never one to back down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's the Funko Pop craze you got going on behind you?
It's a bunch of Rick and Morty pops.
Okay, okay. So you're a Rick and Morty fan.
Yeah, yeah. My fiance really went hard into it, and it's a pretty funny show.
Cool. I unfortunately I've never seen it, so I can't speak to that side of it. But it's really cool to see a lot of the strikers here getting into anime, getting into different types
Oh, yeah.
of you
Anime
know
is such a huge base of what I do. All I do is watch anime and play video games. Yeah.
amazing. Do you pull inspiration from it? Like, do you listen to any anime soundtracks or anything before you
Oh
get
my
hyped
god.
up?
Bluebird, the intro to Naruto, was almost my walkout song. So close, but I had to go with Tenacious D because it's an absolute banger, and I want to meet Jack Black.
Awesome, man. I'm sure you will. I'm sure Jack. I'm sure is Jack Black still alive? Is he or did he
Oh yeah,
die?
oh yeah, he's
Oh,
still alive. He's
I
getting he's getting a little white in the beard, but
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's still performing too.
Maybe it was like some April Fool's thing I seen that he passed away or something. I don't know. I just recently seen something and maybe it was a spoof.
Maybe.
It's hard to believe anything anymore on social media now because there's so much just crazy shit for
Oh
clicks and
yeah,
views.
yeah.
So
Left and right, people are just typing things for views.
to,
You got to watch the event on Thursday, correct?
I did not know, unfortunately.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
we weren't invited. It was more of a private event just for I think Dana and his celebrity friends kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
it was really small. I mean, I was full of so much adrenaline, I forgot to even look at the crowd. It was really tunnel vision. I was focused on what was happening.
yeah, so you guys flew in on Monday, correct?
Yeah, I came in on Sunday night.
Okay, very cool. So, what was that whole, week preparation like? Like, what did you go through before even fight day?
It was awesome. Honestly, we had a few rules meetings and then wrapped up some medical things that weren't able to get done while I was still in Texas. But it was awesome. We came out, came to the hotel, meet and greeted everybody, picked up our supplies, and then over the next 2 days had a couple of rules meetings and training matches, kicked it with the whole team. That's another thing that was crazy. Everyone that I met was just such a genuine and real person. I really valued my experience while I was in Vegas.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I've got three things that I want to pull from there. When they gave you your package with all of that power slap swag, the
Oh, dude,
sandals,
I'm
the
still
whole
wearing it.
works. Like, how did that make you feel?
I think it really cemented that this was actually happening because I've very much been the person that like I'm keeping my hopes right at the floor of like they're gonna say thanks but no thanks, and that's where I've kept it every step of this process, even up to the
Mhm.
point where I was day of about to hit somebody, I was like, something could still happen and it get pulled, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still happening, and I'm still like a kid in a candy store. It's really exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. You also you touched on the medicals. Was it more crazy than you thought to get cleared to be able to participate?
It honestly wasn't that big of a hassle. It was just every time I thought I was done, it was something else. Like I get to Vegas and I find out the person who did my physical didn't fax it over and I have to redo it, or the lab didn't send the blood work fast enough and I have to redo it. And it was just them covering their bases and making sure everybody's healthy and ready to go, but annoying that I wasn't able to get it done on my own.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really unique experience that you were able to participate, in a tryout basis, as part of a rehearsal before Power Slap One, however you want to call it. But you had all of the first wave of the athletes from the Road to the Title series there in the same hotel, cheering you guys on, training at the PI together. Like, what was that experience like being
That
mingled as
that was
with these
absolutely
OGs?
absolutely insane. Going from binging the Road to the Title to hanging out and meeting everybody from the show was completely crazy. And again, everyone was super nice. Like there may be some arguments and stuff for the camera, but everyone's trying to promote themselves and get that number one spot and get that better fight for themselves. And I completely support it. Like everyone is such a real person, and I can't wait. I feel sorry for everyone in the 170 class because I'm gonna incrementally knock y'all off.
Awesome, man. Who was the coolest dude that you met the entire time?
Oh man, that's honestly a hard choice. But the person I probably spent the most time with was Ryan Phillips. Give a shout out to him because he's a really nice guy. Kicked it with him a bunch. Mike Smith a
Ah,
little bit.
fuck that guy. Ryan Phillips is a jerk. How can you not love Ryan Phillips?
And man, he's a fucking character, dude. I love that guy. And then big shout out to Donovan Cross, my coach. I probably wouldn't have been in the correct mindset if it wasn't for him. He did a really fantastic job.
Very, very cool. How close are you to Donovan? In
Um,
real life, like you guys far away?
I live in Texas. He's in Arizona, and this is my first time meeting him.
Mm-hmm.
But as meeting a bunch of the guys, I added them on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot, and I've been trying to keep in touch just so I can get a better feel for this industry and know what to expect. And everyone's been really genuine. Donovan and Ryan, solid
Mm-hmm.
guys.
Cool, cool, man. Well, let's transition a little bit. Fight day comes around. You wake up, in your bed at the hotel in the morning. What's the first thing that goes through your mind?
Oh, excitement, man. We couldn't even have coffee, but I don't think I needed it. I was
Why
on
not?
pins
Why
and
no
needles,
coffee?
just ready to swing the whole day. You can't any caffeine, no type of stimulants on fight day.
Interesting. I actually didn't know that, and I'm actually
Yeah,
curious as to why that is. That's wild.
yeah, it's strange, but yeah, no form of stimulants of any kind.
Interesting, because I mean that wouldn't
But
cause you to fail a drug test. I mean, unless you
yeah,
had excess
no,
amount, like
I
which
don't think
would
it
be
would. Yeah,
very
I
cool. You're
don't
the
think
first
it
one to
would,
bring
but
that up.
they were pretty strict, and we could only be drinking water.
That's wild,
um,
man.
yeah, no, I was super excited. Me and my opponent and Cole Young, who got a solid knockout over my buddy Jay. Um, we all three had to run back and do medicals day of the fight, like 2 hours prior. Everyone else is at the PI training. We're sitting waiting for medicals, just not even knowing if our fights are going to happen. And
So,
it turned out great. I think we put on a good show.
so why was that? Was there something they wanted to check in your medicals, or something that they missed?
Uh, Lab didn't send over blood work that we'd done like when we all first showed up.
Hmm.
Monday, we all did like a bunch of us had to do blood work, and then 4 days later, the lab had yet to send it over, so we had to go get it rapid tested.
Crazy, crazy.
It was just unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the last thing you want to think about on fight day. So that
Yeah, no.
opportunity comes.
We're trying to get.
Um, that opportunity comes. You're walking out to your Jack Black song. Did you think that the stage would be as grand as it was?
I did not. I didn't know what I was expecting. Probably more something along the lines of what was on Road to the Title,
Hmm.
but they've really outdone themselves. Watching the press conferences and Dana getting so excited about this sport, I'm 100% convinced he's right. It's going to blow up. Because, like he was saying, 8 weeks ago, hardly any of this ever existed. They've been topping charts with almost no social media presence and promotion and just killing it in views. And man, a year from now, the stage, and 2 years from now, it could be giant. But just from the season one show to the
Oh, I think we're having a bad connection here. I'm not sure if
I
I
didn't know
lost
what I
you,
was
man.
expecting. It blew me away. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I think I lost you for a quick second, but I was able to get the kind of the gist of it that you were saying. But like, did you know the likes of Hezbollah, Mark Wahlberg, John Cena, Connor? Did you know that they were there in the audience, or did you have no idea?
Yeah, the Nelk Boys. I had
Very
heard
cool.
something about like Mark Wahlberg and Hospital and John Cena and the Nelk Boys being there, and I had somewhere in my mind a plan to like look into the crowd and maybe do something. Um, Again, adrenaline, tunnel vision. With the tunnel vision, I don't think I think the only people I looked at after the match was Dana and Bisping, and that's because you can hear Bisping no matter how much cotton's in your ears.
Hilarious. I think you're the first person to say that, but that's awesome. What do you hope is your future with Power Slap?
Man, I'm coming for that belt. Like Power Slap 1 was a great success. I don't want to take away from anything any of the guys accomplished or call anybody out when they're still sitting on their laurels or anything, but I hope Chris Thomas keeps winning because it's going to look nice when I'm the first one to take that from him.
Awesome, man. Do you think that opportunity is going to come at Power Slap number 2, or have they told you anything about how the
Oh,
progression is going to go for you guys?
I've heard I've heard absolutely nothing. Just based off of seeing what Dana said in the post slap conferences and whatnot. Slap 2 looks like it's going to be then Abu Dhabi and based against a bunch of the guys off season 1, competing with some of the best slappers from overseas. So I don't know what that has entailed for all of the practice people on Thursday, but you never know. Maybe we have to slap our way on and we'll get our chance. But they also have a deal on Rumble for 8 live events over the next 2 years. So as long as I don't get cut, you're going to see more of me.
Yeah, so my interpretation of that was that season 2 of the Road to the Title is going to be in Abu Dhabi. I don't believe that he made any official announcement about the actual Power Slap number 2 being in Abu Dhabi. I
Oh, yeah,
highly
no.
doubt that that would actually take place. It'll probably be in
Yeah,
Vegas, or it'll be in one of the 5 new states that they've opened up for legislation. So, I mean, you never know. I think it's a unique concept that they're taking it, worldwide, almost kind of like creating, like a mini World Cup to see really who's the best
yeah,
strikers in the world. And I think that's what Power Slap is set out here to do, is to recruit the best slappers in the world. And going to Abu Dhabi, is obviously their way to be able to get the Russians, the Polish, the South Africans, get all those people into it, and
yeah,
have
100%.
them come back probably for a season 3 type of thing and square off against the Americans to see who really is the baddest ass motherfuckers in the world. So be very cool
Exactly.
to see how that unfolds. But awesome, man. Where can people follow you? I know you're a young buck coming up in the game. What social platforms
Uh,
are you on?
Honestly, just mainly Instagram. The screen name that I plugged is the exact as my Instagram handle. So if y'all wanted to find me, you can look at there.
There we go, man. I appreciate you joining me.
Awesome. Thank you for having me, man. You have a great day.
Have a great rest of your day. Take care.
You too.
There we have it. Chris Debow, Future Watch. Watch out for him. Got got a unanimous decision during his rehearsal trial that was held the Thursday before Power Slap 1. As of this moment, we don't know where all these athletes are going to head and where they're going to go and what journey they have to Power Slap glory. But we're certainly following along with it. We appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this content, like I said, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up, the like button. The more feedback we have from you guys, the better we can become. So leave us comments in the comments section below if you would like to see anything, any new content. Appreciate you all. All the very best.